Hey, it's Clay Trader, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol TXTM. We will take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 30-minute in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 30 minutes. So while this here may look like a couple weeks worth of time, it's actually just today's price action broken down into 30-minute time slices. I've been doing this analysis on a pretty routine basis. I know I did it yesterday, so that's where this red line annotation is coming from. And want to get things updated here as we head into the weekend. And I say update, but that's probably not the right word. It's more so just kind of a confirmation video of some of these levels that I've talked about in the past. First one being this red line right here at 003, which I've talked about as support, and then most recently talked about it as resistance. I realize that means a little bit more to those of you that have watched the past videos, but if this is your first video, we've been talking about this as resistance, and going back to that word of confirmation, you can see that during the early part of today on the bounce, that's exactly where it got rejected. So just confirmation that, yeah, this 003 area is indeed a level of resistance. Not saying it can't be broken, but if the bull, apparently according to the story of the chart, if the bulls want to break up above it next week, they're going to have to bring their A game in order to do that. So 003, initial area of resistance. If the price can break through there, then the next level to keep an eye on from a resistance standpoint is going to be that purple line there, which is the 50-period simple moving average. I'm not going to assign a numerical value to that because, again, it's a moving average, so it's going to change with time. Now, on the flip side of things, I'll be honest, I'm a little confused. I don't know. I thought I mapped this level out yesterday, but apparently I'm getting old and I just can't remember. But 002, definitely an important level of support, and it makes sense why it bounced from that point today. So let me get this line in place here, and then I'll talk about why it quote-unquote makes sense. So yeah, today, this morning, during the first 30 minutes, the price did indeed pull back there and bounce right off that level. Why does that make sense? Well, that is all based on a foundational rule in charting, which states when levels of resistance are broken and closed above, you want to see them act as support. And you can see back here during the history of the chart, that was sure a stubborn area of resistance. Multiple times the bulls tried to get above it, and couldn't. And then when they finally did, you can see kind of the rest was history. A nice move happened. So level of resistance was broken. You would like to see it act as support, and that's exactly what happened there. So good that 002 did hold. In the event it cannot hold, then really from the big picture perspective, the must-hold level is going to be that pink line there, which is the famous 200-period simple moving average. But given the price is now way up there, there's not really any point to harp on that one too much since it's not even close to being threatened. But as it stands right now, 003 key level of resistance going into next week, and then 002 key level of support. So if there are any other questions, please let me know. One of the most popular questions I get is, hey Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together this free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then by all means, click right there to get access to the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and like I say, it is free. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.